Hello, everyone. It's been a couple of days, but I have been doing some short videos. I have ventured out on my Instagram and did a short, I believe I did, or was that TikTok? TikTok. And so you can follow me on all of my social sites. I did change my handle, my name, because I have a coaching business. I have a widow's coaching business. It's called the Widow's Cup. I believe I'm gonna put Rise Again, the Widow's Cup, and that's the name I will have when I start doing my conferences. And I already travel all over the world, but and then I'm coming out with some merchandise, some shirts and cups and t-shirts and bookmarks and pins, because my book is actually being published right now. So when my book is done, I will be selling my book in t-shirts and merch. Um, yeah, it's an exciting season for me. When the Lord took my husband, he said, I took him because he was finished with his assignment, and now it's your assignment. So yeah, I was never a coach when he was alive. I was never an author when he was alive. I wasn't a missionary when he was alive. And I never had merch. And yeah, so this is crazy. Yeah, but did I see that 3 years ago? It's just been 3 years. But um, just October 23rd, it made 3 years. But did I see this? No. And I'm giving hope for other widows that you might can't see ahead of you right now, but trust me, it gets better. And that's why my coaching business is for widows, to empower them, to help them find their identity, to help them find who God called them to be, um, outside of their husband and outside of being a mother. I had to find me again. So I don't know why I went there first. That wasn't intentional, but I am spirit led, and I do allow the Lord to use me and lead me. So I do have on glasses today. My contacts was acting crazy and they was itching and all that. And I believe it's the coldness of the season. But yep, I got on my glasses. And then my hair is getting bigger because it's old. The curls is old. So whatever. But my son, every time he see my videos, he be like, Mom, you so pretty. So yeah, that's my only boy. Okay, so back to introduction. This is going to be introduction 4. I know I told you the last one was 4, but this one is number 4. And the reason why there's a lot of introductions is because I have to tell you who I am and where I started at before I became a widow. So, and before I even get in my book and tell you things that's in my book, I have to start here. You have to know my story and everything that the Lord has done with me and through me to bring me to this point. I also want to tell you, I did let you guys know that I was a mother of 3 and a grandbaby of 1 so far. And but I do have a son-in-law, and I forgot to tell you about my son-in-law. I have one son-in-law, and he is the best son-in-law ever. So yes, I got it out there. My last video, I spoke about the season I was in before me and my husband got married. When God told me, get caught up in me, after the 2 engagements and all that, and I got saved. I walked with God probably about a year before he actually brought me my husband. And he told me, get caught up in me and I'll bring you your husband, because the engagements wasn't happening no more. He said, I'm bringing you your husband now. So I was telling you, the walk that I had during that time was amazing. Like, it's such a beautiful walk with God when you're a babe in the Lord. And I told you about the dime on the floor, on the ground, on the concrete, and everything in my other video, that testimony. Well, I'm going to kick off with a new testimony, and then I'll go into how the devil, Satan himself, came after me. So I just love the Lord so much. I was not thinking about a husband. I wasn't thinking about getting married. When the Lord said, just get caught up in me, I took him serious. I did tell the Lord, whoever this husband is, that he has to love you first. He has to love you first. Because if he loved you, he will love me. And I could have told him, look, he got to be fine. He got to be this tall, da, da, da. But the Lord knows your desire. He created you. He know what you like. He know all of that. But I wanted to be almost like, I think it was Samuel that said, give him wisdom and knowledge, to come before his people. I wanted a man that loved the Lord first. And that was my main focus. And Samuel got the wisdom that the Lord gave him. If I'm messing up the name, count it to my head, not my heart. But he did go before the Lord, and he had to be the judge in between these two women. That one woman fell asleep on her infant baby, and that baby died. So he had to be wise enough to fix that situation, because they both were saying that live baby was theirs, because the one that killed her baby went and took the other woman's newborn baby. And that woman said she stole my baby. So Samuel had to be very wise to know that whose baby that was. So that was my thing. Yeah, I could have asked for all kind. I could have asked for a rich husband. I could have, but I just wanted someone that loved him, because I knew he would love me. So moving on, I'm not knowing this was my husband, but he's picking me up for choir rehearsal. We sitting on the phone for hours. If you didn't hear that story, that we literally used to talk about God so much that we would fall asleep on the phone, and it would be time for us to go to work, and our alarm would go off. And it was just that was how our relationship was, and it continued all the way until our marriage. For 30 years, we continued to talk about God. Like, we would sit in our hot tub behind me, and we would talk about the Lord all day long. And so, yeah. So I remember going to work. I'm driving my vehicle, okay, and I just drove around the corner of our house, and I believe, yeah, the other things that Satan, those other testimonies about the enemy was actually first, because I didn't have a car. So I remember catching a bus, but I'll go back to that. But I wanted to tell you, I entertained an angel unaware, and the scripture says, be careful, because those have entertained angels unaware. So I'm driving. I go around this curve. I had just left my mom's house. I go around this curve, and around this curve, it's no houses or nothing. It's just trees and bushes and everything. So I'm just driving. I'm on my way to work. At that time, I was in school, in nursing school, but I was working as a nurse in, like, was I in a nursing home? I don't know where I was, but yeah. So I see this man, and he's on the opposite side of the street, and I'm on this street going this way, and he's walking this way. And the Holy Spirit said, look to my left. And so I looked to my left, and I seen him, and he looked like a bum, just with, like, dirty clothes on and everything. And the Lord asked me, and this is something that the Lord do with me now for 30 some years of being saved. He always asks me how much money I got. So I became a sower. I became a person that puts seed in people's hands. I know the blessing behind it. I know the harvest behind it, and I've continually have done that, and I'm still doing that in my widow life. And have the seed increase bigger? Yes, and the bigger your faith in planting seeds and being obedient, the bigger the blessings will come. And it don't always have to be money. I have told people that it don't always have to be money back. It could be your children saved. It can be a prayer request. It could be healing in your body. It could be whatever. So I thought I'd just drop that little nugget. But the Lord asked me, how much money you got? And I only had $2, y'all. Like, I'm just like, yeah. And that was my lunch money, right? And I said $2, and he said, give it to him. So I rolled the window down like this much, y'all, because I'm in an area, I'm right around the corner from my house, but still, I'm in an area where no cars is coming. Like, everything went silent. Like, no cars was coming down the street. And so I rolled the window down, and I said, hey, come here. And he look up, and he comes over. And when he come over, I'm looking at this man's eyes, and he seen that I was staring at him, so he put his head down. But the way his eyes looked, he had no pupil. It was just like glass. And it was like I was looking through his eyes, through his body. Like, it just, yeah. And I was just like, that's weird. It was like bluish, like, like oceanly, like looking. And they were beautiful, by the way. But I just couldn't understand why I didn't see, like, his pupils and why I was looking straight through him. But now I understand. I didn't understand then because I was a babe in the Lord. And so I squeezed the little money out, and I said, here you go. God bless you. And he takes the money. And I'm feeling all happy, but I ain't got no lunch money, but I'm feeling all good inside. And I proceeded to drive off. And when I drove off, I looked in my rearview mirror to see, like, just to look back at him. And he was gone. Like, gone. Like, the man did not go in the bushes or none of that. He was gone. And the spirit, I didn't know too many scriptures, but I did know that one. And the Lord said, you have just entertained an angel unaware. And I was like, oh my goodness. So that was beautiful. Like, those was the little treats you get when you first come and walk with the Lord. He just love on you and all of that. So I just wanted to leave that. I think I'm gonna stop here. And but yes, like, subscribe, hit the notification. Give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying my content. I think that's what they be calling it. And you can get on my other social media sites. And when my book come out, you can support me and my merchandise. And I'm just so excited what the Lord is doing with me. I was not always in this place 3 years ago. So there is hope. For any grieving person in any form, if you lost a child, whatever, grief it's just something else. It's heavy. So if you can find someone that have went through, grief, you should pull on them. So if you know anyone that need my assistance, my business, comment and let me know that you would like my my website. And other than that, you guys have a blessed night. Thank you for listening. God bless you. And see you later.